to map 1 now in this best of 3. It is Haven between Guild and ENTROPIQ. Pansy and Hypok, take us away.
With absolute pleasure, Yinzu. Finally, we get into the game. Blooming hell. We were delaying for so long just because we want camera time, Hypok. Did you at least get your allotted camera time in?
I did, yeah. I think I was actually 10 seconds over, so it's lucky we started when we did.
Nice. All right, we do dive into this. It'll be Guild on the attack, and on the defense, of course, will be ENTROPIQ. Now, again, I think we have to come at this in a very... Let's be honest about this one. Let's be to the point. We don't need to kind of mince words in that regard. I think the Guild are traditionally on paper the favorites here, but we have seen some questionable results, whereas ENTROPIQ are a little bit cheeky. They've got past some dangerous teams so far to get here, so it's going to be one of those situations where we have to just keep eyes on how they look going forward. Do we get the Guild that impresses, or the Guild that makes us nervous?
We're looking as if we've got Guild leaning a little bit towards C Long here. Actually, Leo going to follow this drone up. The spy cam going to give away some information. There's only one following this drone, though. Actually, positioned well here. They've got 2 players back on site now, one behind Plat. You can see there, just through Garage, actually, Yassine manages to get all the way up, and he's just going to find an entry there. Peel back away. I think he's down to about 5 HP, but Law getting tucked here onto... Oh, look at this. The stun comes through. The paint show is perfect as well. They get the second. That's going to be C going over to Guild.
That's a perfect way to approach it. Just cracking it open through the kind of window room, through Garage. And surprisingly, they ping saying, hey, it's vulnerable, but the player on the site still somehow got caught off from that peak, maybe feeling they had more information than they did. But for now, proactive. You can see Yassine still trying to make the play, but his HP was exceedingly low, so he'll be the first to be picked up here in this post plant. But still, time's starting to dwindle. It's a 4v3. We need to find a couple more kills, and kind of quickly.
Yeah, actually, Hip reading this perfectly, anticipating the lurk from Draken in mid. The TP away, so that's going to give them an opportunity to push onto site here. Fault lines get traded. Safe actually going to find Taimu. That's all the way back from the spawn elbow here. Kristen going to get 1 for his troubles, but time ticking away here. I don't know if he's going to be able to get out and find both of these kills before getting to defuse. It's way past it already, so going to look for everybody to die to the spike if possible. Leo will get the kill, and actually 2 will survive the Guild. So nice pistol round from them. Again, like you said, Yassine manages to slip into Garage there, and the utility usage to isolate Law behind Plat was actually perfect. Again, as soon as his position is noted, the paint shell gets invested, the fault line is perfectly timed, and actually the recon dart sent in for good measure just to give him something else to worry about. It
worked incredibly well. It was that first frag that Yassine found that kind of caught my attention, and I'm kind of surprised he got it, not necessarily for free. He did take some damage, but there was no trade out. There was no kind of ability to make much more beyond that. So I was a little surprised he got that one out. But as I said, we are seeing some aggression towards short, towards A. So they're going to be maybe bringing those pistols nice and close. You can see the choke points being played with. But of course, once your economy is slightly lower down, you are going to have to try and make those... you have to make exceptions. And for example, B is open, but they are walking C long. So... Again, damage being done, forcing rebuys is always ideal. If they can deny a plant, wonderful, but it's unlikely. But we'll see what damage they can do on this round. As already Guild have the spike planted, decent post plants. No one in the site itself, but they're perfectly fine sat back here. This should be a comfortable round. Let's have a look at the play coming up towards C long and A long. It'd be lovely to watch that rather than bonk up. There we go, a little bit of a switcheroo. See what these pistols can achieve. I'm not seeing too much either. I didn't actually get to see the buy. It looks just like classics at the moment, so I don't think there's too much to be written home about. I think there was a shotgun there, unless that was dropped off maybe the Omen. That'd be a bit of an interesting investment, but I actually don't know. I didn't get to see the buy.
There's Draken actually holding on to, I guess, at the bottom of grass there, and the trap wire on C-Long giving away all that information. Again, just interested to see as well. I mean... Yes, you can come and challenge through from C-Long there, but if the players are set up in window, it's so difficult for you to close that distance. And again, all you've got is a classic. You got to be really on form to hit those shots. But Guild clean up very convincingly now. A Vandal in the hands of Draken in this one, but everybody else kind of holding on to this as a bonus. See here if Guild try anything funky. Actually, ENTROPIQ looking to get a little bit aggressive over on A in general. 2 down long and 1 in sewers.
Kind of being baited in there. That's really nice work between Taimu and Tristan. just instantly one of them pulling the attention and swinging from the other side. Super hard to play against. Now Guild are left kind of with Spike not to hand, and yes, they've taken B, but look at Cypher. Already well and truly aware of the possibility of what's left open. I like that. It's the kind of information game being played here by ENTROPIQ after taking so much control on A-Long.
Yeah, find a constellation. Take one weapon off hands of ENTROPIQ. He can't retrieve it just yet. I think he's going to try and isolate this kill on Law as well, and he will actually find it. So right now, I mean, the only objective for him is to do damage to the economy of ENTROPIQ. Still 38 seconds left in the round, so he's got a lot more time to find another kill. Actually, he's down to 40 HP himself, so he's got to be careful. But already for me, it's a big win for Guild, to be honest. In terms of a bonus round here, if we can get the third kill, it'll be fantastic.
Third kill makes it tricky on the kind of reinvestments. It's, you know, gonna be interesting to see if he can make it work. 15 seconds. It looks like he just wants to keep that Phantom potentially for himself at this point. But yeah, I mean, let's talk about this. That was I loved the play over towards A-Long. I think that was a perfect beginning. I loved the kind of bait and switch. I think it was Taimu taking most of the attention, then Twiston kind of swinging on it, and that's just a really nice play between. Obviously, Taimu being playing a dangerous angle for sure. You know, he was up to be killed for it, but obviously Twiston then on the swing out was really well positioned. Here we go. So Timon takes the attention. There's a swing out, and Omen. It was Draken who looked completely unawares of the possibility of it. And as I said, Twiston's aim sharp today.
I feel like almost it was Hip that showed first presence, right? So as soon as they see that peek from Sewers, I guess they're going to anticipate maybe one peek in long. But you're absolutely right. Twiston tucked into that corner opposite Sandbags. Waits for Taimu to kind of bait them in to explore that. He capitalizes immediately. Showstopper immediately. Actually, look on the minimap. That's all the way down A-Long once again. Gets sent out. I'm not sure if that actually did any damage, but it's going to give them some control over lobby right now. I mean, for the time being at least. And Spike is positioned there, so Guild have to reset if they want to look back over towards A.
This is interesting conditioning. So 2 rounds in a row now, we have seen pressure on A-Long. They're not going to give it up for free. As I said, when we were talking to Angel, for example, they treat it very much like Banana on Inferno. It's very much part of the protocol of something you want to take for either side. It's very much on the hit list because it gives you so much gateway to the rest of the map as well, and you remove information away from the opponents. For now, though, Guild having to play retake and investing a lot of utility to take that space back. Twiston's still here. And Twiston is going to have to be forced to fight. He leaves it a little too long. Yassine finds it. There's the swing out, though. Hip wanted to commit. And for now, the battle has been won. A bit of a good trade out, I guess, trading effectively thus far for Guild. Still, they have to find that way to sight.
Unfortunate there, but one car going to find a kill into Timer as well. Trying to get something done from mid.
30 seconds left.
ENTROPIQ now in a 2v4. Guild can pretty much take wherever they want to here. They're going to have the numbers advantage, whatever they decide to do. Draken actually managed to get himself all the way into the defensive spawn here, so he's actually going to have the rotation cut off here. Law's got it all to do now. Finds the first kill. The recon bolt can obviously reveal him there, but sloppy trade, to say the least. Now look towards the minimap, because Draken now has backed off all the way towards C-Link.
He's got that angle. Draken's got this all day long. Yeah, that was a nice little... I like that readjust from Draken there. He was a little bit more proactive, I think, initially, and then kind of fell away to a safer angle once he realized that there was no chance he was coming through B. But again, I like what I'm seeing. This again, I like that conditioning towards A-Long. It felt like it effectively did its job, but then there was a little bit of a fumble from Twiston. You saw all that utility invested. They had to re-clear towards Sewer, towards Long, but then there was no kind of finishing punch to it.
And I'm not sure. I didn't get a good glimpse at where Hip was exactly, but that boombot obviously went past Twiston, tucked in that corner. It bounced to the bomber sewers and came back up. If Hip was in position to destroy that boombot, maybe Twiston stays there and he goes undetected. It's only because he gets spotted. But they obviously then hard clear that angle Twiston was holding.
Nice work from Draken. Comfy. And again, we saw the buy. It was light. We've got marshals coming out. Nothing too much, really. It's bits and pieces, but no damage to be done so far. And those initial picks, that easy work from Draken, just kind of flexing a little towards C-Long. Just showing off, oh, look at the range I've got. Mine's bigger than yours. Easy peasy. Yassine taking over control. And for these, you want to feel it out, right? You want to try and make sure you don't walk into that stack. You want to check all your corners. You want to make sure you're not walking into a 3-play stack towards A, for example. And with those 2 picks towards C, it does seem as though they are leaning that way, and so far, correct call.
Indeed. Tamu's still aware of the possibility of an A hit, and actually we'll catch a little bit of an audio cue off some utility there. He spots a barrel as well. Beacon's, oh, it's going to spot him out, but he still has the headshot. Yassine will fall here. Tamu, can he find another note? Draken will find his third on the round now. That will give A site control over to Guild.
Yeah, spike to be planted.
Spike planted.
Let's see if any threats can come through. Twiston has been found pretty quickly on that swing out. Nothing there. And Hip, oh, that was ambitious, bud. 4 stand, spike planted. This is a good start for Guild. This is very, very comfortable. This is very much going through the motions of what they need to achieve. And they've kept the money pretty low for ENTROPIQ as well. Yes, they can rebuy here, but you can see there is no bank building. This is pretty smooth thus far, I've got to say it.
Yeah, and even this time around, I mean, 2 players down to light armors. Yes, rifles across the board. Tamu with his Hunter's Fury online. Obviously, the neural theft available for ENTROPIQ also, but Hip and Law still one of their ultimate. We know obviously Twiston invested his push down A long previously. Again here, Twiston and Tamu. This time holding it a little deeper. Tap the orb and anticipating a peek, but this is the first time really Guild have shown no attention whatsoever towards A lobby. Leave one over there. The Cypher going to lurk on, but Bonkar needs to be careful. Actually, yeah, he does spot the player up on plat there. Will TP away. Hunter's Fury invested, not going to get any. Oh, did he catch that final? He did catch the final tag there. You see, meantime, found it all the way through Garage. He finds that pick. Again, the time burnt by Hunter's Fury. They have to try and avoid that. Creates a perfect opening.
And that's what I love about Yassine and the way the Guild are playing this right now. They've capitalized on the room that was garnered. Yes, the ult didn't do as much damage as maybe he'd like, but the space it creates, the site's open. Yassine has no fear, goes in, gets a kill, gets a site, it's theirs. Deep smoke from Omen keeps that CT side a little safer, or defensive side approach kind of completely obscured. The retake's done for. They're already backing away from this. I don't think they've got a shot in hell at getting even a kill out of this one, unless they go chasing, which maybe they do at this point. Maybe they want to take those guns away. But as it stands, excellent approach again from Guild. And that's what I like about the likes of Yassine, for example. Some of these players is they know exactly how to exploit this. You saw it in that pistol round, right? Like, you saw him instantly find room through Garage. No one was watching it, surprisingly. Makes his way in, isolates one on site, boom, it's theirs. Same with this. As soon as that Hunter's Fury gets invested, moves up, gets the site, takes it, done. It's exactly the sort of entry power that you want coming out.
Being a part of that, or again, utilizing that kind of chaos created just by the ultimate thrown out. Again, you're seeing again just showing he's able to slip behind enemy lines undetected almost and be a part of that. 5-1 the scoreline now. Guild, I mean, again, just showing complete control. And it was the attacking side against Fnatic where we saw them really flex their performance, so to say. This time around, I mean, it's just clean. It's clean all round. It's well coordinated, which have been some of the talking topics of Guild previously, right? Of I guess, of them falling short of the mark. So it's good to see them, I mean, yes, in control so far.
5-1. Thus far, scoreline-wise, I'm waiting to see if ENTROPIQ have something to bring back into this. They have a decent purchase. It's not ideal, of course. Tamu working with, I guess, just a Marshall here, but hey, look, he's got history with scoped weapons, so maybe he can make it work somehow, but again, if you are going to be Guild, you kind of expect this round to have something a little different in it, and maybe you want to switch it up here, but Twiston already with a great nade does find safe, and it looks like ENTROPIQ aren't giving up that fight for very long. It is something that's very much on the docket for them that they will not relent away from, and now a double stack towards Garage, that's a decent adjustment. It actually could punish if Guild does go for, again, that kind of late C lean we've seen them go for, but Bonkar this time going to clear out. Does at least spot Cypher, but Omen still kind of going unchecked on. Now they've seen two. That's huge information found.
It does seem to want to swing away from this right now. At least nobody else on the side of Guild swinging away. You can see Twiston has rotated all the way back towards Garage now. So there's going to be 3 players, I guess, around C-Link on the side of Entropiq, but Guild now maybe looking like actually the time is going to work perfectly for them. They've shown the presence outside garage. They've drawn that player in rotation, and Guild read this perfectly. They're coming back towards A.
It's on Taimu. Okay, he's lost A long. He needs some support here. Get those rotations going or get someone coming over. He can fall away towards heaven, but it's still just Taimu. And Yassine's going to hit the cross super easy, well aware of what's being utilized here. Nice work to use that against someone with a Marshall. Just keep that angle. Super hard to hit. Yassine again, straight in, no fear. Shows nothing but confidence going in, but now down to 10 in the mag. Hits the reload, and now the sight is theirs through the smoke, though. That's one pickup. The second piles in, and Yassine is greeting them with a smile, making it look oh so easy. A quick little nade as well, hindering approach with 17 HP. Does what he can, but even from the grave, does find a paint shell kill. But with two standing, the defuse is theirs. And I don't know where the hell the other players died from. Yassine's putting up numbers, but where the hell is the rest of the team there?
Yeah, I mean, they lost two off-screen somewhere there. I guess taking straight up aim duels, which is bizarre to see because, again, that trade comes through immediately there. Taimu somehow gets a classic kill onto Bonka. I guess hopping out of the window, the Rolling Thunder comes through, forces them all the way back in. And actually, he's just tucked in that corner just outside the spawn entrance. So, unfortunately, Rolling Thunder doesn't catch him there. Honestly, Yassine was so close to finding both those kills through the dark cover as well. One player, I think Twiston, was down to literally 5 HP. But good retake nonetheless from Entropiq.
Great retake.
A little bit sloppy on the side of Guild, though, I've got to say.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to overly hype up Entropiq in moments where that kind of post-plant from Guild was... It felt very rushed, because it probably was, but it certainly fell to pieces. 5-2 though, scoreline-wise. If Entropiq build back in now, it's game back on. If it keeps going away from them, the economy will be broken again. They'll still just be kind of, you know, waning on that front. But now Draken's up close. Does Hip realize how close he is? I don't think he does. Yeah, Draken's just walked straight through. He's been testing the waters by B constantly, but Omen v Omen. Oh, no. It's going to be Draken to lose out this time, and now... was that necessary?
No.
Over peeking in middle for that information. You secured the site. I don't think you had to go for that fight towards the front, but maybe feeling with his teammate next to him, he could have maybe found that information, but it was an untradeable peek, which obviously puts him in a bad scenario now with 3 players standing.
And nothing but a trap wire to hold down Z side. Neural Theft actually going to get popped here.
30 seconds
Wait,
left.
did it get... No, it did go through. Apologies. I didn't see it on the minimap come through there, but... It was on the side. Actually, Showstopper's going to get invested here also. Safe will fall on the side of the spawn elbow. Actually brings it to a 2v2. Very much doable here for Entropiq. Twiston. Send it all the way through mid and try and get them down all the way down to
That's great,
long.
though. It's going to offset the timing. That internal clock that ticks in your head when you're sitting there in a post plant. You're like, okay, well, now I need to worry about this angle. Now this one becomes prevalent.
Yeah.
He's a little ahead of it, and we might see him catch one off, but he's got to get a move on. Spots one backside, but now sees maybe enough information. But Leo trying to deal with one. Focus towards CT. Bonkar's got his back, takes down Taimu, and now it's on the one player, Twiston, trying to make it up towards C Long. He got noted earlier, but Leo in a mad wide swing. That's no Ferrari peak. That was absolutely nothing at all. But the plant goes off, he bides the time, and they do make it out. It's 6-2 now. Scoreline continuing to build for Guild, but it's still a little deadly. We've seen these rounds getting closer now.
Yeah, for sure. I do love that mood again. Twiston and Taimu, their positions both noted over towards spawn. Twiston with a really, really fast rotation down towards long to try and capitalize on that timing there. Again, Guild probably reading into that saying Taimu's going to wait for his recon bolt to back off cooldown, and they're going to wait for that to make a play. So Twiston has like a 5 to 10 second opportunity to find that kill, but the timing just slipped through his fingers. It was obviously, was it Leo, right? That slipped back behind Platt.
Ooh, 4 players down A long. Hey, Pop, what are we seeing? What on earth is this? Like, how far do they push this down now? I mean, I guess you can post up a player and then back away, but this is madness.
The problem being a lot of utility getting invested on both sides of the coin, to be honest. And no real value gained off either. Now there's 3 players from Entropiq, I think, have shown utility here. So Guild should already know that it's at least 3. You see now slowly moving back towards C. Safe just going to hold on to this. Who is that? Is that... I'm sorry, actually, I think it's Taimu that's down to 10 HP over there, so he's got to be careful. Twiston, see, we'll find a kill there. And that was the 4th player. I think it was everybody but Twiston that had shown presence there. So ENTROPIQ will retrieve the weapon, and they're going to know now that the hit's coming towards C.
There's a gun recovered, so maybe they can do something with this. If they... He got another one. If they got another kill in this moment, that'd have been unbelievable. Yassine does find ENTROPIQ's player towards window. You can see the spam coming out. Guild keeping control of it until Twiston arrives, and now it's a 3v3. This is getting a little sketchy, but time's going to start dwindling here, HyPoC. They don't have much left on the board.
The paint shot's perfect. This is going to clear Draken out of his position here. It's actually Boombot that picks it up. Now they find themselves up in a 3v2. Bonkar does have the Hunter's Fury here, so they can tank one of these blows, but they've already got it halfway, and that's important now because he can tank the second one. The flank's got to come through from... Oh my god, Twiston falls! Oh my god, the timing on that peak was perfect. Guild absolutely perfectly positioned to capitalize on the fact that he can tank the extra Hunter's Fury hit. Wow, I thought for a second there they were going to stick it straight through, but Leo with the contingency plan, the safety net for Guild there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we saw how it could have gone wrong, I felt. It was just like that sinking feeling. There it is. And then, as you said, could have tanked and sat. Would have been pretty darn close. 7-2, though. And again, this is the thing. As much as these rounds have been close, it has been tilting the way of Guild. Consistently. They have been managing these rounds. And a beefy swing towards middle. Oh, Yassine's made light work of that face, and a good read coming out there. After that stack towards A long, maybe predicting a little bit of a face towards B, or, you know, maybe a little bit of a quirky play coming out, or just simply knowing the opponent's doing their homework. That kind of triple face towards middle does end in a very favorable exchange, and the attacking side has a player advantage, which is massive now going forward. They will overwhelm on any site they decide to hit.
Well, I actually like this because this Draken has been showing that really slow presence towards mid, right? Everybody else on Guild has kind of been leaning towards A lobby. And this time around, I guess, you know, anticipating the fact that ENTROPIQ are like, don't let this guy lurk up mid once again.
While this happens, the blind creep up C long. They haven't been able to see this. ENTROPIQ now know there's at least one on site, seeing that come through, but information is limited, and they've retaken control to Garage. You can see Yassine's brain just ticking through. Okay, well, we've taken site control. The next step he'd want when we go towards our window room, but so aware in how Taimu's position's been given away, this retake has lost any sort of surprise element, and Leo probably has more of a surprise. Actually, maybe not with that sort of aim, just kind of the awkward moment where it's like, you know, too many targets, 2 to pick from, and he goes for the right in between both of them. But again, this is going to be a round for Guild. I don't think there's time to go back into this unless Taimu does something dirty.
No. No way.
Go on board with Taimu.
No way. No way. The player at grass should hear it.
You say this. Halfway. Wait. Wait.
No way.
Ooh.
No way. Delete the VOD.
Hello, it's Guild's coach here. Please delete this. Taimu just ninja'd a defuse.
Dude. Dude. Oh god, it's so painful to watch, but it's so beautiful to watch. Just
I feel winded after watching it, but they're going to try and bound right back in. Twiston, though, going to play the deeper off angle. Do they check? No. That's sloppy from Bonkar. I kind of expected a little more. There we go. Ultimate as well. Adding insult to injury. Twiston just laying down the pain. Wide swing. Has to, but he can't find the kill for it. Forced to fight. Does eventually go down, but a great trade out. A 2-for-1 trade. He'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, and actually Spike noted as well. Nobody else on ENTROPIQ flex there, and actually really it's only the Cypher that can flex out of Garage, and Drake and doing his usual lurking around. Now Yassine going to retrieve the Spike, find themselves in a 2v4 now, got to find this kill, and Hip's actually going to put him down with the Spectre. It's the one member left for Guild now, Draken. Spike down in sewer. a tall order. He goes without saying. Gonna pop the trap wire. The position now noted. He's gonna smoke off A Link and try and actually come back and catch one of these players. He did make a step there though, so yeah. Law's gonna anticipate that. Unfortunately, didn't catch the silent drop through window.
I like the idea. You could see him trying to bait out that timing on B falls back, but this is the off angle they just didn't really check on as much as maybe they'd like to, kind of being kept in check by the Sova by his side. And again, these little kind of, you know, nice little chemistry pieces almost. Just those, you know, he baits, I'll swing, I take the attention, you go back in. It's been really nice between those two. Twisted and Taimu seem to have a nice bit of kind of coordination there. Do you have the op coming out? It's gonna be on Twiston.
Okay. Last round. Yeah, maybe just try and catch the enemy off guard. Post up somewhere. Let's see. Okay, you're seeing too good for him. He actually had the advantageous peak there. Straight away, ENTROPIQ actually going to respond with 2 kills of their own. Law going to find a third as well. So down to a 2v2 now after Leo finds hip. Rolling Thunder invested as well. They're going to force the issue here.
Oh, Taimu.
What the shot?
No, Leo. And now just one left alive. It's Bonkar left in a 1v2, but the timing. Oh, I thought he could have spun it around on a dime. But ENTROPIQ stabilize, I think, is the best way to put this off the back of an insane round. I mean, the defuse, the ninja defuse came in.
That's like psychological warfare in a game like this. It's like a guys, we're just ninja defuse. Like we're in their heads, rent free.
Hey, look, it's got them enough of a workable way back in. 5-7, pretty decent scoreline.
Okay, especially considering it was what 5-1, and we're talking about how in control Guild looked. And actually, I mean, it's ENTROPIQ off the back of showing such heavy A lobby presence that really a couple of rounds that slipped through them, or I guess slipped past them, so to say, have been ENTROPIQ kind of pivoting off that. They've been making plays elsewhere, and making Guild constantly worry about that is the factor to consider.
Let's see what ENTROPIQ look like now. They're on the kind of more instigating side. I'd love to see it. Look at this. Twiston just out of it. Just straight up dazed and confused, but safe right there. That's not bad, though. Hip gonna make their way in, and they aren't stopping. Even with the loss of one, they're gonna continue straight forward. Spike in hand, now lost. Hip had it before. Tries to be recovered, but takes damage. And now again, yes, they've made it to the side, but merely to be absolutely mangled by Guild. They didn't even wait for the spike to be toyed with. They just played right back in on that.
Yeah, it was almost like they tried to give up on the executor, and then in Guild like, nope, you're not getting away from the C now. Again, finding that kill as the spike tried to, I guess, retreat back down long as well is weird to see, nonetheless. But it looked like ENTROPIQ had that. I don't know if it was just like unfortunate timing, whether or not the spike got dropped somewhere, but initially the kills went in their favor. They didn't get like site control. They didn't get control of back default. At that point, Guild was still over in the spawn entrance. A little strange to see. ENTROPIQ once again going to try and push straight on towards C long. Recon going to come through. Actually not tagging anybody there. The paint shell's going to miss behind back plat. Lots of utility getting traded back and forth right now, and this all plays into Guild's hand. To be honest, the clock runs down. Faith will find Twiston to open it up.
Taimu is just doing him dirty. Safe goes down. Taimu backs away, and ENTROPIQ, they've made an impression, right? They've shown presence towards C long. They're going to re-smoke it and then kind of look for another option. See if they can punish a rotation or two. As it stands, they've at least kind of fallen away from the stack. 3 players re-engaging down towards Garage, at least for now. Maybe show a little bit of presence. Whether or not they commit that way is yet to be seen. Looks like Taimu's toying with the idea. Leo on the other side does take a little bit of a look. Spots out the Al drone, gets rid of that, but they do lose Garage control. So that C intent is being shown. Maybe the fate towards A is going to keep him guessing, but Draken's off angle's good. Could do with another here, and he gets another. Can at least keep this one from spiraling out of control. Leaving just Law alive in, what, a 1v3? Classic to hand. 38 HP. I'm not a believer. 18 seconds. And it's done for Guild. managed to lock it down in the end, didn't fall foul to any fakes, made sure they kept themselves in the right position, even after that little bit of a, I guess, a scrap over towards C-Long.
Was there, like I said, all that utility getting exchanged, I mean, it just plays into Guild's hands. And the later it gets in the round, the more likely you're going to see a desperation play out from the attackers there. Again, bit of a throwaway. Everything except for 100 credits invested back in for ENTROPIQ here. And this is the point really on your attacking side. Looking at the economy and the equipment here for Guild, it's a must win, to be honest. And Leo going to find Twistin right off the rip in sewers.
Look, we saw they love trying to do this on the defending side, that, you know, A-Long is a priority for them, and it seems like they've at least got Omen in the right place there, but as you highlighted, one was already lost on the way through down towards sewers, so a little bit of a different approach from Guild. They're not sticking around for the fight, they're still maintaining site control, but falling away a little. Now, as it stands, you can see the other two. I'm curious to see what they do with the Sova and the Breach here, because it looks like they're trying to find position potentially, and you can see this deeper play being set between the Breach and the Sova, so that's going to be kind of unique to me if it's going to be to deal with Long, as that's where the hit's going to come through. So let's see what the plan's like. Do they get flashed? Do they have a swing out? It looks like the jump peak comes in. Let's see if there's a flash to come through soon. There it is. They turn it slightly, but they make progress towards the site. But there is still Yassine hanging around. He's still playing quietly here, but he doesn't need to show his hand until now. But he can't make it land. He waited so long, and then finally on the swing, he gets dealt with so quickly. This site take has worked. ENTROPIQ now with the spike down, good post plants. The retake is going to be rough by all accounts.
Yeah, two members of ENTROPIQ down to low HP, obviously safe with this ghost. He doesn't manage to escape all the way around to heaven. Actually, maybe not going to anticipate this push coming through. The paranoia gets sent up. See, that's one of... I was going to say, that was not one of the players that was low HP there. Law will find the kill. Draker's position now spotted all the way back over towards mid-window. A Spectre in hand. Yes, it was the bonus round for Guild, but this is a massive win for ENTROPIQ to keep 4 of their weapons on the board, especially after losing First Blood seemingly for free.
I'm actually quite surprised that little setup on site didn't work out. You had kind of contact being found by the Sova, jump peeking on the site. Unfortunate for Draken. But as I said, the jump peek towards the site, spotted out the players, the flash comes in. They did turn most of it, to be fair, but I was kind of hoping that Sova might have swung on that, you know, that being, I think, Taimu would have potentially, excuse me, no, it would have been Bonkar to swing on that, but no one did. Again, I was a little surprised they weren't able to capitalize on that good flash, the kind of lurk play coming out from Yassine as well. Like, he found nothing while sitting there.
And the thing was, Yassine would have been in close enough proximity to hear that audio cue from Law pop in the dark cover, right? So they knew that they could just set up that crossfire. So I don't know why the two peaks came out from sight without Yassine doing anything. The only thing to do there is somebody bait presence for Yassine. He finds the first kill for free. They double swing. So it was just a little out of sync, I guess. Maybe a little miscomm. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. So it's hard to read into when, you know, obviously the teams have to make these choices so quickly on the fly. 6-9. Again, scoreline-wise, Guild's still very much in control here. That side hit, though, should build some confidence with ENTROPIQ. Be able to kind of dismantle a 3-play crossfire is something to definitely keep in mind that they pulled off here. No one actively playing the A site either for Guild at present. They've kind of sat back a little bit more passively and allowing ENTROPIQ to take side control and maybe just play that retake. A bit of a C stack, it looks like, maybe a read. And maybe just feeling it's easier to retake A after that last performance. Maybe not feeling themselves so much. And for now, Spike should be planted.
Spike planted.
Take flight.
And nobody falling on either side just yet. So we're going to see the full 5v5 retake coming through for Guild. Lots of flashes getting sent through yet, but nobody really coming through. Yassine's going to be the first one through. He's going to find Twistin immediately. Apo got to do something here. We'll find Leo through the dark cover, but that just equalizes it now and now. Next kill comes through. 4v3 ENTROPIQ forced off the site already.
Oh, here we go. Law gonna just push in on this one. That's great work in conjunction with Taimu's ult coming out. But now on 1v2 and the time. Get out of there, boys. Bonkar just has to try and bide his time. And honestly, that was again, these retakes are so scary at this point, but you are seeing a good amount of commitment coming out from this. You can see the ultimate there trying to do everything they can towards this, but the push coming back in, Omen just getting in their faces was brilliant. Guild had no options at that point.
It didn't. Yes, it looked like Entropiq were forced away initially, but again, the setup for the Hunter's Fury, actually, yeah, Bonkar swings right the way down, shuts down that player on long, but by that point, the clock's already run down. I understand the train of thought there. They did get the half defuse through. There was the possibility, but again, maybe a little miscommunication. Hip gonna find your scene trying to get down into cubby with a Bucky.
Oh, it's the wind just runs along with a shotgun. Okay.
We've seen Buckies do a lot recently, Lauren.
Cover going out.
Yeah, you're right.
No charges.
I'm just gonna have to watch, see if they find anything. To be fair, little upgrade, that's not bad to a Vandal. Still a couple of threats around. Draken fight on with the spam.
Player standing.
Safe spin caught, and now just one. Yeah, easily done. 4 alive, spike planted. Okay, game back on. Entropiq have turned up. This is what we want. We actually want a close game on our hands. Guild. This is where we start looking at Guild's ability to kind of keep up with this and seeing if Entropiq are consistently able to post rounds now. I mean, and this, I feel like this is a kind of unique springboard off the back of one Ninja defuse.
Yeah, I mean, the big question for me that always comes around on Haven is that you can say that this leans ever so slightly more towards attacking, but it's momentum based, right? If you can string together rounds, especially the way conditioning works on this map in particular, it can snowball very, very quickly for teams. And right now, I think we are seeing the byproduct of that. I thought for the time being, actually, I was going to say the showstopper from Twiston potentially going to isolate one member of Guild, but see a straight up swing from Taimu off of Twiston's contact there. Here we get first blood. Draken actually going to TP over here to reinforce A site. 2 members of Guild actually swinging back over towards C on the back of that. Entropiq going to wait this one out. They're anticipating another rotation.
I assume it's Yassine still posted up here, and I want to see if Yassine's able to kind of get the read on this. You can see them slowly creeping back in. They have no information elsewhere yet, and it does work really well. No push from Law. Oh, the bait's going to cost your life there. You could have swung on that, but maybe feeling the timing just wasn't there in the end. And now, yes, Yassine does die for this, but the information he's found is pretty massive.
And actually one more player now
30 seconds left.
noted up in heaven. They've only spotted Timer. Actually now, oh my god, he still finds that one. Draken will fall. Stopping now. They get the man advantage, find themselves in a 3v2. 17 seconds left. Spike will go down on A site here.
Yeah, spike planted. 3v2 post plant now. Retake trying to find something, but that breach is being given almost no options, and you can see the push now coming out. I love that. Takes some more territory away, and Leo's now slightly surrounded. He can't back to the stairs. He can only go towards the site unless he tries to take a pretty unfavorable fight here. There's no easy way out of this. He has no utility left, and he's got players just harassing behind him. Gets one, gets a second. But timing's a factor. He's got to get a move on. Surely he doesn't expect it. No, Taimu with the deeper angle. And Taimu being the instigator of potentially this turnaround, getting this game back to feeling alive. This is another round strung together here.
I mean, as soon as he picks these up, I understand investing the Rolling Thunder, but it's just off. Maybe not anticipating the third being stacked up towards the defensive spawn. That's 4 on the bounce now. And Guild, I mean, look at the buy. You're seeing back on a Bucky, the Ghost, a second Bucky on the side of safe. This is worrying territory now, because back on their buy round, potentially it's going to be 10-9 Entropiq. And lose that one out, it's 11-9, and you haven't got a penny to your name.
I kind of want to even call into the question why, if I kind of wish Guild would have called a tactical timeout on this map at this point. If you've hit enough of a brick wall Time out, have a chat with your coach. That's what you've got, you know, your coach there for. You've got this in the bag, you know, you're feeling confident. Something, you know, hiccup happens. You've got to be able to bounce back, right? You've got to have that kind of wherewithal to get through that. And, you know, Barbar, I'm sure, could, you know, maybe give him a little kick in the right direction. For now, though, we're going to see what ENTROPIQ get up to this round. Already kind of aggressing towards A long, showed a little towards middle. They had the initial fight there, of course. Now they're kind of falling back to this. There is a stack, but it is up against an eco. We do have a ghost there. I think that's a sheriff in the hand of Draken. The jump peak again. This is a similar setup. We saw it before. The breach hits the flash and the swing comes out. But this time, Twiston just flies on in. And around this point, we'll see if there's any damage. There it is, Sheriff's gore. Leo, Draken both there. Gun now picked up. Leo carries on. Suddenly, there's danger afoot. Guild, how do they pull this one back together? Hits the reload, hits the gun switch, but Taimu hits the shot. And now Safe left in the 1v2. This became possible. This shouldn't have been. Let's have a look, see how far he can approach. He's got towards the site. He's made it on towards the site, which is a big step, but I think he's been noted. Taimu with the pre-fire, but now, yes, definitely spotted. Now timing's everything. Can he build? Oh, can he build anything to this? It's a tag, but it's definitely not enough. He needs a frag off this. Another tag comes in. Another tag. And now finally the frag, but the reload, he's got 2, 3.
No way.
He still needs to keep going on this one. He needs to try and find the information. He knows where he is on short, but timing's everything.
No way.
And I'm pretty sure the Omen on the... He's got it to halfway. He's got it to halfway.
Please.
You don't need to overpeak. You can just chill. You know he's not on the... You know he's not on the spike. Oh god, this is another disaster.
Oh no.
Thrifty.
Oh no.
You think I don't know how to get
Safe. Can I just say though, Safe played that absolutely perfectly.
It was incredible.
Again, Taimu, I'm going to be honest, I don't know why he's drifted all the way onto site there. You know it's a Bucky. Why take the 1v1? Especially when he has the advantage of being able to jump up, pop that right click and do so much damage in that scenario. I mean, that's the one win condition for Safe there, is being able to find the 1v1 onto Taimu. Because there's no scenario ever where Law's going to peak as well at the same time, right? Yeah, just another funky round. Funky weird, Lauren.
Looks like a timeout's been called. Not sure who by. Do we know? Did it come up on screen? Did we see? We could get confirmation who called this. It'd be quite interesting, I feel, at this point.
My head was in my hands.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, sorry.
I mean, that's definitely... We have seen some very weird rounds. I mean, the full defuse... Like, the thing is, the full defuse is one thing that's actually pretty reasonable. I actually really have no issues with full defuses happening. It's mistakes that you need to learn from. It's not like people are out there like, you know, overly analyzing that it can happen. I mean, if it happens in like the highest tier of a competitive game, like, you know, for example, Counter-Strike, it can happen very easily. If it happens in a game that's so established at this point, you know, massive LAN finals, it can happen in these. It doesn't, you know, completely worry me, but it's more the mental effect that it's had coming off the back of this now. So again, not sure who called the timeout. Hopefully we get confirmation on that. It's always nice to see who's trying to call into these and try and, you know, maybe change that mental approach, get that back on the right place, or maybe just make some adjustments. But I guess we'll find that out if we get told. For now, though, back into this one. 9-10, the scoreline, it has been the run from ENTROPIQ. But there is still life in Guild, even if it does come down to a weird round.
Hunter Fury actually going to get traded out here. Time is the one to find a kill with his. Draken will fall. No value the side of Bonkar with his. ENTROPIQ now looking to slow play this off the back of that first blood, but keep your eye on the minimap. One player deep on A long. Then Yassine has got himself tucked opposite sandbags also. ENTROPIQ aware of the possibility to see if they actually walk into the trap once again. The flash is perfect. Actually, Yassine going to find the first one. The counter flash comes through.
This is sketchy. Yassine's made it out of this. I mean, for now.
That was perfect, though. The counter flash literally stops anybody forcing Yassine out of that corner. A lot of faith placed on the setup there. ENTROPIQ, though, immediately going to try and swing back. Safe going to find all of this information.
And now instantly trying to hit back through. They've been kind of herded around into this. Guild have the perfect crossfire in place. You're not getting in today, boys. Leo shuts it down. And by all accounts, that was the perfect round for Guild. The aggression on A long works. They bide the time. Okay, ENTROPIQ, switch up things. Try and hit C. Not gonna happen. The crossfire is perfectly in place. And when you hit this late, what, 25 seconds? You have to kind of skip some of the protocols. 3 players in a really nice complementary position, taking the swings after contact.
A really, really good setup there. I mean, like I said, that all comes off the trust of Yassine placing that trust into Leo, sorry. Like, actually, Guild might be looking for a little mid control here. Taking a look at the minimap. Yassine's already found his way deep down mid. Bonkar going to find Twiston just all the way out on an island, to be honest with you, in Sewer. Maybe trying to catch off a player early on. Aldron going to spot a lot of information as well, though. So Guild going to be well equipped to deal with this push.
Draken timing.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, no.
Dear.
Oh,
He's
no.
fallen into the Yassine curse. That corner is cursed, man. You try and play patient and you just get absolutely done for on it. Wait, they're falling away. They're falling back to Sewer? Oh, this is dirty stuff. Safe now. Presented with an opportunity, but it's a tough one at the very least. 56 HP. Desperately tries to get another. Gets down Taimu. He falls away
my
too deep.
God.
An angle, I thought he could have had another clean fight, but no. But that was so deadly. And now timing's everything. I can't believe they fell away from this.
And actually, and I'm going to be honest, this kind of plays into Leo's hands.
It gives him a shot.
Giving him,
30 seconds left.
yeah, this trap wire on C long and the camera in mid are huge, because really those are the 2 points of entry onto C site other than defensive spawn for Leo. So as soon as he pops this, now he's going to go back towards mid. The spy cam probably going to spot him here, Lauren.
Spike planted.
And that's, oh my God, please don't pop it. Please don't pop it. They're walk pushing spawn. They're not going to have time to check the spy cam. Oh my God.
Okay. Now where's this planted for? It's planted for CT. He's gonna, he doesn't have to care about long. He's gonna double check on his wrap. This is perfect from Leo. This is absolutely perfect!
Oh.
The spray just goes to the wayside, and ENTROPIQ do get it on the board after that kind of disengage away down Sewer, kind of falling through that. There were so many potentially disastrous moments in that, but they just about hold on to it. This is an incredibly close game now.
The timing there of when Leo walks past the spy cam, it's the fact that they're both walk pushing towards spawn, that it takes so long, and that gives him the opening to get into garage. So really unfortunate there. ENTROPIQ hold the line, 11-10.
We go again. That's Cypher feeling very alone right now. Aldron spots it, Twiston goes in, finds him for free, safe goes down. That's side control garnered. This is a quick hit. There is no ability to get back in just yet. So Spike should go down any second now. Keep your eyes, see if there's any pressure that can be found elsewhere. As it stands, Yassine's a bit of a problem. They're going to keep them boxed in on the site here. Leo's found one. They've kind of got him at least held in for now.
Scanning ahead.
It's actually really awkward, the fact that Yassine is... Oh my God, Bonkar jumps through. ENTROPIQ going to find 2 kills for himself, but it will fall on the side of ENTROPIQ here. And Yassine's still a nuisance down long. Draken going to swing out, find Taimu, but rotation coming through here. Spike's making his way all the way back over towards A.
Draken's on it.
And yeah, that's stalemate really playing into the hands of Guild, to be honest with you.
I kind of like this. So Draken's on the case. He's there so early. I don't think they're going to be predicting it
Don't
yet.
have any idea.
But he might just get caught off by... Yeah, there's no way they expect him to be there that fast. Great work from Draken. I was worried that Heaven player might just spot it. Might just be looking that way to, you know, create a safe plant. But Twiston now going to just slip into the smoke himself, try and find the quick 1v1, maybe capitalize on how far ahead Draken is from his teammate. Unable to do so. And now problems start to mount. He's got his own other player coming around. There it is. Draken starts to feel confident, but I've got to say the timing on his move then was perfect.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I don't know if Law had a smoke in his hand or what, but again, Draken swinging at that moment.
Match point.
Immediately swings it back in Guild's favor. Massive round, to be honest with you. Like I said, this stalemate was so intriguing to watch because it was almost like ENTROPIQ didn't want to commit to the spike until they found that other kill. Just one more kill. are anticipating maybe a little bit of pre-plant aggression coming through on the side of Guild. It just never came, which is why it was just this waiting game. But now look at it. Guild find themselves on map point now. Entropiq, a Bucky, a Phantom, Sheriff, Stinger. It's not looking good.
No, but we are into the round, so we can jump on board. You can already see the early aggression coming out from Twiston, trying to garner that sewer control, but he's only going to be with a couple of pain shells. Does manage to avoid the vast majority, but again, that light armor and all the bits he's trying to pull through, every little counts here. So for now, Entropiq do get at least sewer control, but you can see the answers coming out already. Okay, put down the Owl drone. Okay, let's commit into this one, but as it stands, 3 players on the A lane. You have 2 dedicated towards C, and obviously the camera somewhere in between. So, I'm trying to think of the way they get the entry to this. I guess you can offer Twisted up as almost a sacrifice, make some steps, keep them dedicated towards this. But if you hit C, there's still 2 players here, and they're going to be very much still fine to be operating at this range. Yeah, no problem for Draken. Easily does it. They're not disrupting the players on the site. They're not finding ways in. And again, I almost beg you to go for that B here. But okay, Twister now gets to aggress. Takes a little more space. Maybe this is what they wanted. Make those players fall away from the default spots and then play into the site. That's gorgeous work from Twiston. Deep nade comes out, does damage. That's perfection from the man. And now the switch up on the Phantom can't quite go any further, but by now they've done enough damage to maybe get the spike towards the site. They need a little more help potentially to get Bonkar's eyes away from this.
Actually, gonna get the spike down. Oh my god, he actually jumped out there. Bonkar will find Law in hell. The flash comes through. Taimu gonna get the better of Bonkar on that peak. Safe finds the first. Actually gets to... Oh my god, he catches the headshot. Taimu just landed enough damage there. As soon as he gets that audio cue, he knows he's got an advantageous peak there. It comes down to the 1v1. The display from Twiston was actually nuts. Again, the right click with the Bucky, the way the lockdown works in... the tagging works in Valorant just kept him in damage range of the paint shells.
Yeah, he swings and roundabouts. Look at the buy coming back in for Guild. It's certainly not pretty. I'm seeing a frenzy. I'm seeing, SMGs coming out. A couple of rifles. It's certainly not over, but it is us, Hypoc. So OT seems only fair. But as it stands, it is still a bit of a lead for Guild, of course. They get the upper hand. They get the weaponry. But I did like the intention from Entropiq to pull away those players from the default site to allow that play to come up. But now already Leo's going to take this one over. 2 big kills to start with, and only a trade out comes in now. Information being garnered and damage being dealt through. Not a great deal, but enough to keep Entropiq on their toes. And now as they try and make their approach, they've lost track of who's where. You still have Raze towards long. It looks like they're aware there's a chance that Raze could be there. They're cautious, but that Aldron gives away the game. That Raze is now on red alert, and Bonkar can keep being a problem with that frenzy.
Revealing area.
I love that though. As soon as Leo catches contact, gets that first kill, Bonkar pops the Hunter's Fury. As soon as they have the information there are players there, immediately gets invested. See now, try and slow play this once again behind bricks on A long. Entropiq still looking as if they want to lean towards A site here. They're 30 seconds left now. They're pretty much committed, to be honest.
Bonkar, if he gets anything with this frenzy. Ooh, the spam. No reload.
Ooh.
So way too angle. Okay, spots when a long flash comes in. He knows there's more trouble coming this way. That wasn't a breach that got picked up. That's time who went down. Yassine is still going to be a problem. Bonkar can create a really dirty crossfire here. And here comes the ultimate. Doesn't quite find it, but the frenzy will. And now just one alive. Hip to try and do it all in a 1v4. 8 seconds. Not going to happen. Bonkar is there and Guild pull it together at a 13-11.
Damn, that was way